Hi everyone, it's Nella here. So there's going to be a couple different parts to this. So I'm just going to jump right in. Unfortunately, since I started school, which is awesome because sciences, higher education, etc., etc., etc. Unfortunately, that does cut into doll time. I don't have as much free time. Won't have as much free time. And I can't really do as much photography as I'd like to, and I can't really do as much customizing as I'd like to. Also, because the weather is already colder and has been raining a lot, so it's not good customizing conditions. However, I'm not abandoning my dolls during this time period, and I'm not abandoning all of you. Updates are probably going to be more infrequent, but I will be keeping up with videos. It just will probably take me longer because I can't binge watch for the same amount of time anymore. But my main way to stay connected to my dolls, on my own, is to essentially just bring different dolls into different rooms with me, and if I get a creative spark, then just to immediately write it down, and that sort of thing. And I actually had done that about yesterday with Isaac. I didn't have Isaac with me, though I did have his chaotic form here, Lil Chaos, or in French I guess it would be DKOs. DKO is how I've been calling him. But anyway, this is Lil Chaos, the chaos spirit that fused with the human Isaac. And I had him in my bag, so I wrote a little thing, my actual first bit of writing from Isaac's perspective, if you'd believe that. I had been writing from Noah's perspective, just because I was kind of starting more off how they meet, and Isaac's point of view of that is really hard to write because the fusion was very unstable. It does eventually stabilize more, and kind of more of the human side that remains in Isaac gets expressed more the longer he stays with Noah and Horu. But at first I pretty much can't write from Isaac's perspective because it's just too disjointed that they'd be really hard to make out and understand what the heck is going on. So I usually go with Noah's perspective. But for this bit I'm going to read out to you, it's when Isaac, essentially it's Isaac's point of view looking back on the first time that Horu was able to use her powers. This does need a little bit of explanation. I think I mentioned in a previous video that Isaac, since he is a chaotic creature and kind of projects this field of chaos around himself that makes everyone kind of give in to their impulses and just generally act more chaotically, that because of that Noah kind of homeschools him, because obviously Isaac can't be trusted in a classroom setting with kids his own age. That's just asking for trouble. However, Horu doesn't have that problem, so Horu actually does get sent to public school. Unfortunately, because Horu is so different, she does get teased, and she does start getting bullied, and Isaac finds out, and basically goes to confront them. This leads to a fight, and leads to Horu finally being able to use some of her powers as a spirit of fear. And then, the teachers see the fight or see the aftermath of the fight, rather, and they call Noah, and Noah basically goes, okay, public school was not a good idea. As much as Noah's proud of Horu, he decides as a punishment that Horu and Isaac have to write out, essentially report to him, what went down, what happened. And this is the beginning of Isaac's attempt to write a report. Look, I know I'm a pain and make trouble for everyone. Hey, I'm a being of pure chaos. It goes with the territory. Not that I started the fight. Not at all. I wouldn't wreck things for Horu like that. Not, on purpose. Sheesh, this is such a stupid pile of crap. I ain't a sap, The old man says Horu and I got to write what happened, so he knows and all. Because obviously we can't tell the school what really went down. Which sucks, because man was it wicked. Not at first in junk. Horu was mad scared. I wasn't scared at all. Nope, I ain't no chicken who backs down from a tussle. Believe it or not, that is the first time I've ever written anything that Isaac says, and as silly as it sounds, that's actually pretty much how he talks. There's a lot of contractions. It's much more informal, but there is some weird kind of anachronisms, like tussle. That actually goes back to the fully human Isaac, who grew up in a religious commune, and the books they had were actually books that were decades old, so Isaac's version of slang is horribly, horribly out of date, which just makes it funnier. When he tries to act all tough and then the words are not currently used words. It's kind of ridiculous. So anyway, there was that update, and the last update, I shouldn't say that, there will be probably a little amendment to this, amendment. There will be a part of a video that I will attach to the end of this part of the video. But basically I am going to wipe Mattie's face up, because it's just not working. And yes, Mattie isn't put together right now, but I think I'm going to try cleaning her a little bit over the weekend, and I may possibly be doing face-ups with my cousin at some point soon, in which case I would really like to give Mattie face-up and put her back together, because it feels really weird to not have my myth doll in one piece, because this is the first time I ever unstrung her. Mostly because she doesn't have an S-hook. Myth doll didn't use S-hooks. They used a knot system, so you literally double knot it on there. Oops, there we go. Double knot it on there. Yeah. My cousin also has a Dremel, so I might ask if we can just take that out, maybe? I don't know. But I'm definitely wiping Mattie's face up, so this is the last time you will see this face up, which is really, really, really plain and not quite working out. Also, I feel like the eyebrows are placed way too high, which is strange because I was pretty sure I was following the brow line. But whatever. So the little bit that should be at the end will be her face wiped. And secondly, so she currently has in 16mm. Oops. 16mm kind of pale green olive eyes that have a neat pattern in them that you can't really see in this light, and because my camera is crap. But my dad has his video game up downstairs, so I can't borrow his webcam. And for some reason, I just clued in on this, like, before I started doing this video, that, Tazyep, my Impel doll Gela, came with 14mm green eyes. Really nice 14mm green eyes. Now, they're not the same green as, Mattie's current eyes. You can see they are, let's see if we can do that. There we go. You can see they're brighter green, brighter and darker, and they have little gold flecks in them. But they are a much better size, and Mattie's eye color was just kind of stated as green. I didn't go into great detail about it. I think it's much more important that the eye size, so the iris size and such, be accurate. Fiddly eyes. You can see that there's more white showing. Because Mattie is supposed to be fully human, so having kind of the blown up eyes doesn't make sense with her. So yes, I am going to now remove the face up. You will see her blank face, hopefully, at the end of this cut. Okay, and I'm back. The face up isn't absolutely fully removed yet. There's still a lot that's sticking in the lips, which does make sense. I was wondering why I put a little bit of black paint in the corners of the lips, because I don't use that style usually. And then I remembered, it's because that's how she was originally painted, so there's still black dots. And I always underestimate how long it takes to remove a face up thoroughly. It takes a while, and I use a lot of layers, so it's gonna take longer than I thought, but I can show you what she looks like mostly blank, and I have put the other pair of green eyes in her new to her pair of green eyes. So here is Mattie. Yay! And if you're wondering what I'm going to do for her face up, similar idea to her first one, very natural, very kind of plain, but I'm doing freckles and sunspots everywhere because I really want to do that. I really want to do that. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Look at how cute she is. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. Okay, that's it. That's the very end of this video now. Bye-bye, everyone.